What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park News. Now, I know this is a little bit out of my normal format for doing the Trailer Park News. I've been doing a bunch of parody stuff with it, having a lot of fun, and you can probably expect more of that going forward, but in case you haven't been paying attention, I am doing a challenge this year. I'm sure some of you who follow me here regularly probably know. I am a cyclist, and every year I do this thing. It's the Tour de France, and in case you don't know exactly what that means, the Tour de France goes on every single year during the month of July, usually the first 3 weeks in July. It starts on the first Saturday of the month and continues for the next 23 days, 21 of those days being days that cyclists actually ride and compete in the Tour de France. Now, there are 2 days in between all that when they get rest days, and believe me when I say that, in case you don't already know about cycling, when it comes to those rest days, those guys actually go out and ride even on those days anyway, because it can completely wreak havoc on your body if you're not. I mean, your body's used to doing that kind of output, and when you take the day off, it kind of, not really shuts down, but it kind of goes into a rest mode, and then when you come back that next day, a lot of guys just aren't very good. So generally the guys on the professional teams, they are out there, still pedaling even on those days. So even myself, I will be doing that, because more than likely this year I'm going to have to actually use those days to make up some miles, where normally they'd just be days where I get to go out and spin out my legs, which is usually what I do on those days anyway, just kind of spin them out at an easy rate. But regardless of all of that, I am still here to bring you just movie news and comic previews, as you can see right there. Hopefully, and that's really the reason why I do these Trailer Park News here on Monday, is to kind of show you guys the comic previews so you can get a look at those, because here on my channel I have been focusing more on comic book related stuff as of late. And I was thinking about it the other day. It's kind of really been a while since I've actually done any of my movie reviews, and even movie theories, things based on, that's kind of why I started this channel, was to provide some my own theories on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's been a while since I've done that, but I've actually got a few that I've been working on. A couple of things that just kind of popped in my head, honestly, just recently after watching Spider-Man Far From Home. If you guys have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home, I would highly suggest that you do. I really enjoyed the movie. It seems like a lot of people out there enjoyed the movie, while some people obviously didn't. You can't satisfy everybody, right? Now, the thing I will definitely say about this is that while this movie in and of itself isn't divisive, there are some issues with this movie, and a lot of things that a lot of people have problems with going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now, with some of these characters and just some of the things in this movie. Now, like I said, this movie in itself isn't divisive, but there are some things in it that has fandom kind of divided. Now, the thing I will say is, I actually think, I've been watching some videos here on YouTube and everything, and the way I feel about it is, it seems like these days, you can't just like something. You can't be a fan of a movie. You can't like something made by Marvel Studios. You can't like something made by Walt Disney Studios, or anything like that, or just any of these. You can't like any of these fandoms, any of these nerdy things, without being called a shill, okay? And it's absolutely ridiculous. Just because you like something doesn't make you a shill. Just because, you go out there and say, hey, like me saying Spider-Man Far From Home is a good movie, I think you should go out and watch it, that doesn't make me a shill. It just makes me somebody who actually likes a movie, okay? Just because you have nitpicks with the movie, and just because I have things that I don't like about a movie and I still suggest people go see it, that doesn't make me a shill. It doesn't make anybody else a shill. What it does is, well, you guys know, right? But apparently these days it just doesn't really matter. It's just like anything else nowadays. You can just take these terms and just kind of fling them out there arbitrarily. It doesn't really matter, If you like this movie, or you like one of these properties or anything like that, you're probably a shill. Sorry to tell you. That's just kind of what I've come to see of it. You can't be a fan these days. You can't like something, and just because you like something, if you like it, you can't have anything that you don't like about it. And if you do have stuff that you don't like about it, that means you don't like it. Okay, I'm just actually I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm getting tired of all this stuff going on. One thing I look at is, what does it look like to somebody who is not a fan of these properties, and then you going out and you see what's going on online in some of these communities, like you just see people bickering and at each other's throats. I mean, even over this whole Spider-Man issue, there are people divided over this. There's people saying, "Oh, just you can't like it. You can't like it. You can't win these days." You know what I'm saying? You can't win these days because if you like it, you're a shill. If you don't, you're a troll, or you're this or you're that. You're just something else. It can't just be that you like the movie and you're a fan of this particular movie, even though you don't like some things about it. It just can't work that way. It can't just be cut and simple, plain and dry. No, people have to take you and put you in this little box. And to me, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, you guys know me here on the channel. If you follow my channel, when it comes to things like that, I don't draw lines in the sand. I'm not that kind of person. I don't draw lines in the sand where, if you happen to like The Last Jedi, I'm not the person that's going to paint you in a corner and say, oh, you must be one of these social justice warriors, or you just don't know good writing, you don't know good filmmaking, you don't know this, you don't know that, you don't know jack. That's just not me. You're not going to ever get that here. I am somebody who actually likes hearing people's opinions, and if you like the movie, hey, good on you. That doesn't affect me in any kind of way. You're free to feel how you feel about these movies, these comic books, music, and things like that. But it just seems like lately, just so much division and so much toxic division. And like I said, what does it look like to somebody who's not a fan who wants to get into something like this, and seeing the people that are just basically at each other's throats over the most just silly things out there in the world. Now, I know there are a lot of things out there that people think like, oh, that's not so silly, and you know what, it really is. I mean, you see like all this outrage marketing that some of these companies are doing, and just, it's not even that they're necessarily doing marketing outrage, but they know that how people are going to kind of react. I mean, I think we all kind of know how people are going to react at this point to some of these things, and they just keep doing it. Now, the thing is here's one thing that I have to say about this. When it comes to this kind of marketing, you got to realize that if this is something that, like, say, maybe it's something you're actually outraged about that you don't like, okay? Go out there and say it, let your opinion be known, and that's it. The more that you actually go out there and express your hatred or something like that for these kind of properties, to me the thing is at that point, you're actually doing their marketing for them. Because what's happening is like oh, I don't like this, this new Mulan, trailer, I don't like it, and this and that, it's just not like the cartoon and this and that, actually I haven't seen that trailer, I'm just using that as an example, but people just go out there and they have to be outraged and they got something to say about it. Well, you know what, every single time you do that, you're getting that movie clicks, people are going to go watch the trailer, there's other people out there, believe it or not, because you don't like it, they do like it. You know what I mean? So to me, it's the same thing as the way I treat a lot of this other stuff. Like, you guys know how I like all these clickbait artists that have absolutely no imagination here on YouTube. I don't like it. I don't follow these channels. Like oh, hey, I can't even think of an example because that's not who I am. That's not what I do. But like, best one I can think of is one of these big channels here on YouTube. Like has this headline: Spider-Man UK in Far From Home. Like, come on, that's clickbait if I ever seen it. We all knew going into the movie there wasn't gonna be no damn there wasn't gonna be no Spider-Man UK, and there wasn't even a suit. Any of us who, if you're out there, and you're any kind of a fan, you probably knew this wasn't going to happen. But then, like I said, you got some of these garbage artists who are out there, and I say, let me put that in quote, artists out there, content creators who go out there and just put out this stuff out there. This is just clickbait trash, like, I don't pay attention to stuff. But it's the same thing. Like I said, it's the same thing. If you're out there saying that you don't like this, like Captain Marvel, perfect example. You say you don't like Captain Marvel and you are going out there expressing your outrage about it, every other day, twice a week, once a week, whatever. However, the thing is like I said, just all you have to do is say it once. All you have to do is say it once, and that's it. If you got more things to say more. But a lot of these things that I see, people are talking about the same exact thing over and over and over and over. We get it. You don't like it. You can't just leave it at that. I mean, you don't have to foam at the mouth. When I like something, I'll go, if there's something I truly don't like, I'll just come on here and say it, and that's it. That's it. Remember that thing a while back with Victoria Alonso where she was talking about it's funny that people call it the X-Men? You know, when I came out here and I probably did a 10, 15, 20-minute video, I don't even know how long it was, me flapping my guns upset because she's a producer on these movies and she don't know why it's called. She's saying it's funny that people call it the X-Men. Okay, that's nothing to be. What's so funny about that? That's what the name of the property is. That's what the name of the property is. So yeah, something like that. I'm gonna be outraged. And you know what? You haven't heard me make another video or seen me talk about it since. It's like a non-issue. But the thing is, like I said, people go out there and they express all this outrage, but that still brings the attention to the movie. You know, like basically, like Disney got you to advertise their movie for them. Oh, you hate Captain Marvel so much? We'll do something to make you hate it more, and you're gonna advertise for us. You know what I mean? It's the same thing here with all that, like I said, all that clickbait trash that I already told you guys a million times I don't watch, you know? I just, you know, I don't watch those videos and I don't promote those people. The closest that I have to those kind of clickbaity things that I watch is War Stew. He talks a lot about theory-based things from Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's the closest, and like even him, you know, I've talked with him a lot and everything. You can go to his channel and you can see he's kind of brought it back a bit. He's gotten a little more, how would you say, just a little more legit than a lot of these other people that he is in the same niche with who do all that clickbaity crap. Now you guys got to know my thoughts on clickbaiting. First is, like, clickbait is the name of the game. That's what we do here on YouTube. You got to put provocative titles and thumbnails to get people to click on them. Yes, I get that, okay? That's clickbait, okay? Whether you think it or not, it's clickbait. You've got to bait them into seeing your video. But what I'm talking about is this bad stuff. Like I said, Spider-Man UK in Spider-Man Far From Home. No. Okay, that's just clickbait trash. You shouldn't even be following them channels who are doing that. Like, there is, you know, like, maybe if they said, like, Spider-Man UK in Far From Home, could it be? Or something but, like, just, like I said, all that other crap, you shouldn't even be, like, who watches this junk? Just like Screen Rant, and We Got This Covered, just all these other channels who do this stuff, and I'm dropping names right now just because we all know these publications, right? And you can go on any of their sites and see that they're garbage. I don't know. That's just me. I mean, like I said, half the times they'll run this story and it says sources close to. They don't have no damn sources. You know who their source is? It was Steve over at the copy machine. That's who their source is. Okay, it wasn't somebody who knows that's got a Hollywood insider or anything like that. I mean, the closest person that we have to that I actually know of, you know, it's got seems to have some legit sources, and that doesn't mean he's always right. It's like Jeremy Conrad over at MCU Cosmic. It seems like, gosh, there's another one out there. What is his name? Charles Murphy? Is he from that hashtag show? I don't exactly know. I don't follow. Like I said, I don't follow a whole lot of these things. He seems to have, you know, usually some decent information. Does that mean he's always right? No. But the other thing is these people still aren't the clickbaiters. That's what I'm saying. There's the difference. But I don't know. Like I said, that's all I really have. You know, the comic book previews are over here. Oh, see, I got somebody here. Got a license for that web slinger? You got a license for that web slinger, Patriarch of the Sith? Or should I say? Or should I do the old, hey man, you got a license for that web slinger? I don't know, man. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I really have. I just wanted to show you guys those comic book previews. Today, like I said, I've just been so busy with my Tour de France challenge, putting in those miles. I just haven't had a chance to do anything. As a matter of fact, I've got to go put in more because this morning I went for a ride. Just a short ride. It was windy and everything, but that wasn't it. What it was mostly yesterday when I got home, I found out that my tires were old. So I just went out on a short flat ride this morning. And then I went to the shop when I was working this morning and I got some new tires to put on my bike so I can go out and finish my miles. Now, my kids aren't here for the next couple of weeks, so I guess I'll have some alone time. I don't have to worry about being here and keeping an eye on them and cooking them dinner and just all that stuff. And believe me when I say, I actually miss that, man. I miss my kids, dude. It's just too quiet. It's just too quiet here without them. It's been hard. I've been trying to keep myself, like, preoccupied, you know, I guess, in my head because I miss my kids. I'm not one of these, you know, and maybe I'll feel differently, you know, in 10 years when they're all moving out of the house, but I'm not one of these parents who's sitting there, like, you know, like those empty nester, you know, parents. Like, I want my kids around. I miss them being here. I I don't know. It's just kind of lonely. So I'm just dealing with it the best I can. Like I said, I'm going to be here making some videos, going to be riding bikes a lot, going to be reading some comic books. Don't forget, New Comic Book Wednesday is this Wednesday. So if you have a local comic book shop near you, you should probably get out and check them out and see any of the issues that I had, put up over here on the side a minute ago. That's all I really have for today, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Trailer Park News today. You guys all have a good day. I will see you for sure in the next video, which will be my comic book pull list. I may have some other ones dropping before then. It's really hard to say. I actually got a couple of issues of some things that have been coming up in the movie news lately that I want to talk about, but I will talk about those in a future video. Thank you all so much for tuning into the 2nd Street Marvel today. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on Wednesday for New Comic Book Day, and if you haven't got all your comic books read from last week, make sure you get those read before Wednesday, okay? You all have a good day. We'll see you in the next video. Later.